इस सीजन में हम सब किसी ना किसी चीज़ के लिए फाइट कर रहे हैं.
I didn't read that, but yeah, no, I would never color my hair. That's why I started a brand. No, just put the colored hair when I want.
I think I'm just very fortunate and I'm very grateful for all the kinds of roles that I've gotten to play.
Dental hostel में रह के क्या सीखा तुमने? दांतों के बारे में एक चीज़ बताओ. I'm right now doing a नाटक. उसके अंदर there's this one character which is crazy. I've never played something like that.
That हर चीज़ को हाँ मत बोलो. हर opportunity अगर आपको ये अच्छी भी लग रही है तो भी हाँ मत बोलो.
This character is always like, you bloody yeah. This is Gloria.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to watch this.
But yeah, I took a learning that you cannot take auditions lightly.
मैंने अभी तो बर्थडे पार्टी रखी थी तो मैंने टेलर स्विफ्ट को भी मैसेज कर दिया कि हाँ मेरे बर्थडे पार्टी रखी प्लीज आ जाओ.
दोस्तों थर्ड सीजन है 3x the धमाका, 3x the power, 3x the glamour, 3x everything. I have with me the lovely duo of Parul Gulati and Ahsaas Channa over here, girls hosting season 3.0. How are you girls doing? Glamour quotient on fire.
अच्छा ठीक है.
This is the only glamour you get to see in the show. There's no glamour.
मैं तो दोनों तरफ से देख रहा हूँ. I am getting distracted. मैं इंटरव्यू करूँगी यहाँ पे glamour quotient इस्तेमाल करूँ.
Thank you.
But tell me something. You know this is something that everybody has been waiting for quite a long time because देखो एक तो जब कोई सीजन चल जाता है that means that उसका अगर सीक्वल आता है that means कि वो पहले अच्छा लगा which is why the sequel is coming, right? But you also come up with new and interesting aspects to that character and everything. तो मुझे ये बताओ ये जो character है in terms of how you are coming up, the Zahira, she's interested right now in kind of fighting it out. I know there's a lot of things cooking in your love life as well over here which I'm pretty sure people are excited about. So ये sort of snippets overall बता दो, then we'll get to the other nitty-gritties.
Yeah, I feel like the show is not just about the love story, like which is, I mean, it's about
part.
these girls. Yeah, it's a part of it, and it's a very beautiful, it's a very interesting part which you get to see in the first 2 seasons. The third season, it's very different actually. I can't. The more I say about it, the more I reveal. So I'm not going to say anything about it. उसके लिए आपको show देखना पड़ेगा. But बाकी इसमें बहुत सी चीजें हो रही हैं. I think इस सीजन में हम सब किसी ना किसी चीज़ के लिए फाइट कर रहे हैं. Like the essence of what girls hostel is, which is fun, which is young. That's always there.
Yeah, that's remained intact.
That's remained, but like there are more elements added to it. Like it gets more dramatic this time. It gets more intense. There are a lot of surprises, and there are new characters in the show, which I'm actually really looking for.
Excited for. आपने कमेंट्स देखे इंस्टाग्राम पे? आई थिंक 5-6 कुछ कमेंट्स मैंने अभी कुछ देर पहले मैं देख रहा था. दे आर एक्चुअली सजेस्टिंग यू टू गेट दिस हाइलाइट्स एंड स्ट्रीक्स. आर यू टेकिंग दैट सजेशन?
I make this hair. I can put it whenever I want. I can become Zahira even at like in the midnight. Yeah.
But it's looking very good, and that's why the company compliments and all are flowing your.
I didn't read that, but yeah, no, I would never color my hair. That's why I started a brand. No, just put the colored hair when I want.
मुझे चीज़ बताओ in terms of character development जो होता है. I know it when you're doing the same character for multiple seasons, you know the basic nitty-gritties of it, right? But at the same time, you want to improve and do something new. So when you do that as an actor, what are the things that you keep in your mind at that point?
See, if it's a running character, then I cannot change much. I cannot change until unless it's changed on paper, which is like if the director thinks or the writer thinks that now in this season she is angry or she's become this person, that person. So first you follow the script, what's there on the paper, and then from the paper you make it your own, but the person will still remain the same person. Zahira has been always sassy, a little bit clueless, but this time you see her more being being out there for her people. Because in first season she is like कि मैं अपनी favorite हूँ, but now she's like कि अरे तुम भी मेरे favorite हो. तो ये आपको एक change दिखता है अभी.
ये मार्केट में ऐसा बोला जा रहा है कि एहसास चन्ना इज एक्चुअली द आइडियल गर्लफ्रेंड कैंडिडेट ओवर देयर बिकॉज उनको इंजीनियरिंग आता है, उनको मेडिकल आता है. शी इज़ ब्यूटीफुल, शी इज़ गॉर्जियस, शी इज़ गॉट गुड क्वालिटीज़. तो ये जो मल्टी डायनामिक पर्सनैलिटी, एंड शी ऑल्सो वर्क्स हार्ड. ऑफकोर्स ट्रेनिंग बोलो, एक्टिंग बोलो, वो भी आता है बेसिक चीज़. तो ये मुझे बताओ कि ये जो डिमांड है यहाँ पे, आर यू एक्चुअली फॉलोइंग द इकोनॉमिक्स कॉन्सेप्ट ओवर देयर कि डिमांड के साथ सप्लाई, आर यू गेटिंग ऑल दोज अटेंशन, आर यू गिविंग इट बैक टू देम इन द डीएम्स कि यार चलो ठीक है कंटिन्यू डूइंग योर तारीफ? आप कुछ करते हो?
I don't think I'm giving it back for sure, like, but I'm getting it and I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. But yes, I mean, I think I'm just very fortunate and I'm very grateful for all the kinds of roles that I've gotten to play. I've gotten so much education just doing these shows, to be very honest.
What did you learn from dental girls? Dental hostel में रह के क्या सीखा तुमने? दांतों के बारे में एक चीज़ बताओ.
तो शो में हम पढ़ते कहाँ हैं? हम शो में बाकी सारी चीजें करते हैं, हम पढ़ते
You'll
नहीं
never
हैं.
see us in a classroom in girls hostel 1, 2, 3. If you see us in a classroom, tell us.
Oh my god. Oh, actually, there's not a scene.
Because it's about the hostel, it's not about
Exactly.
being
It's
in a
about the
class.
class, right?
Yeah. I think it's just one of those elements in the show that happens. कि मतलब वो भी थोड़ा it's a plot line, but you never see.
A study or talk about work at all, like study, not at all.
हाँ मतलब वो तो वही ना, अब लोगों को तो वही देखना है, वो पढ़ाई के लिए थोड़ी
कौन
देखेंगे.
देखेगा पढ़ाई?
Exactly.
मैं खुद ही पढ़ाई कर लेंगे, आप लोगों को ऐसे क्यों देखेंगे? But genuinely telling you, there's this. I'm not exactly remembering the dialogue. कुछ ऐसा था कि for a performer, stage is where I think trailer में भी वो dialogue था. Stage is where it is, and the stage is within you, something like that.
Yeah.
So
you are the stage.
you
Just
are the
be
stage.
yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
You are
And
the stage.
express
Be
yourself.
So I think that's very valid for actors in real life as well, where you don't really care about the audience that much कि वो क्या सोचते हैं. You just go out there and do your work. That one instance that you both have had in your life where you didn't really care कि कितने लोग देखेंगे मुझे. I just want to feel like I just feel conviction towards this character and I want to do it. कोई ऐसा role or maybe it can be during your theatre, college, anything that you have done and you are really proud about.
I'm right now doing a natak. Uske andar there's this one character which is crazy. I've never played something like that. Over the top, because I've always been scared of doing anything over the top. Because actors का सबसे ज़्यादा डर यही होता है कि कुछ over ना कर दें. This character is always like, you bloody yeah! This is Gloria.
Really?
Yeah,
I want to watch this.
Please, Prithvi Theatre में आके देखना.
Wow, कब है?
21-22 December.
मैं आ रही हूँ.
Saturday.
Like his wise stages.
मैं आ रही हूँ, मैं definitely आ रही हूँ.
Yeah, and anything that you have done which you're really proud about in that?
There are actually a lot of things like that that I've done that are not out there, or like not a lot of people have watched it. There are short films that I've done which may give me a chance to like
Be somebody else.
be somebody else and perform to my fullest. It has just given me that satisfaction and that experience, which probably a lot of people have not watched it. But I think it's very important for actors to keep doing stuff like this, where you challenge yourself and where you get to know that okay, this is something that I can do. So constantly, I mean, obviously audience and people watching and views is very important.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, for an actor, I feel is just to like keep doing stuff like आप जैसे नाटक कर लो या
Personal conviction.
हाँ personal conviction के लिए, and to also like work on your craft. I think the more you do, the more practice you get, I think the better kalakar you become.
I don't need to validate this, but I think you know it very well. The number of people, young Gen Z bolo, young people bolo, look up to you as an inspiration because of the kind of work that you've already done at this young age. It's like she was born and the very next day she started working. So it was pretty much like that.
So sweet.
Yeah, so that I'm sure you get that. मैं अकेले नहीं बोल रहा. I know you're blushing, but then it's not like कि मैं बोल रहा हूँ. It's like a lot of people out there who actually say that. I know they come up to you and take maybe tips, life advice बोल लो, career advice बोल लो. So when they come up to you at this age, do you feel validated कि हाँ चलो ठीक है, I might be very young, but at least I have achieved something in life. Do you get that self-validation at that point?
I mean, I feel like
She posted something today which I think was
oh yes,
crazy.
I spoke at this fest called the Spoken Fest, and yeah, I mean that's what Parul's talking about. So it was like a spoken fest. I told a story and I got like a very attentive audience and they cheered for me a lot. Yes, I get a lot of validation, but I don't think I'm satisfied. There's still a lot of things that I have to do. There's a lot of working hard that I have to do, a lot of characters I have to play, a lot of good projects that I have to do. But I'm actually very happy that people look up to me. I mean, if that's what you said. I don't know if they do.
That is it.
But yes, it comes with a lot of responsibility, I feel, because when you have that many followers and especially with young people, I feel you have to be thoda careful. But I'm in.
कुछ अगर गड़बड़ वो बोलेंगे मैंने तो ऐसा चलना को ये करते हुए that's what it is. That's how it
I'll
comes
tell you,
out.
in season 1, that time Instagram wasn't such a big thing, and
Yeah.
I remember we all used to ask her, how do you do Instagram? How do you do this? How do you do that? We all used to take tips from her. Back then there was another app which she was very active on. Now that the app is no longer there. Yeah. So I was like, oh my god, how do you
I
do
read the
that?
lips well.
Sorry?
No, she was lip syncing that, so I said that I read it well. I understood what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of characters, Bolo, I think you've done your bit in terms of whatever you had to do. There's still a long way to go for every performing artist, and I'm sure you believe the same way as well.
Yeah.
But of course, there are times when maybe you want to do certain things, but things don't go rightly as how you plan. But then at times it ends up being better than what you planned. ऐसा कोई इंस्टेंस दैट यू थॉट कि चलो मुझे ये मिलना चाहिए बट शायद आपको नहीं मिला, you were probably heartbroken after an audition, and then later on maybe something that you did not expect and you cracked and you felt that gratitude towards life?
Yeah, it's happened. It's happened for a few projects that I tested for and I didn't get it, and I saw somebody else do it. But then lately I felt something that I tested for, I in fact took it that I maybe took the audition lightly. And then I saw the actress do so well and I was like, maybe she was the right choice, maybe had I done it, I wouldn't have done such a great job. And it happened with 2-3 projects I had tested for, and during the lockdown I was free, so I was watching those shows and I was like, oh my god, I took that audition so lightly, look at this girl, she has killed it. So seeing others gave me much more perspective. That's why as soon as the lockdown was over and I was done with season 2s and 3s of filming, I was like, now I need to be cautious of the kind of projects I would do. So maybe कि अगर वो अच्छा होगा नहीं वो अभी पता लगेगा. But yeah, I took a learning that you cannot take auditions lightly. And I've taken a few auditions lightly when I was doing a lot of web shows. And maybe that's why now I'm not doing.
You were bogged down with so much of work, which is why you couldn't really give that.
Yes, and I didn't give my best, and I was so heartbroken seeing it, but also very happy for the person who did it because they made the project look better. Maybe I couldn't have. So that broke my heart, but gave me a learning. You cannot be not prepared.
You know, Ahsaas, what happens is, say with young people, when they achieve success, fame, fandom, etc., what sort of advice उनको हर तरीके से आता है from different people. You know, you are young, you should not do this, you should not do that. But I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to decide what you need to do for yourself. 50 लोग 50 चीज़ बोलेंगे, but you know what you need to do for yourself. That one, perhaps very crappy advice that was actually came up to you as a nice advice, but you realized very well, you filtered it कि नहीं यार ये तो मेरे लिए सही नहीं है.
मुझे किसी ने एक्चुअली कई लोगों ने कहा था कि it's not a crappy advice. It is a correct advice, but it didn't work for me. Let's put it that way. That हर चीज़ को हाँ मत बोलो. हर opportunity अगर आपको ये अच्छी भी लग रही है तो भी हाँ मत बोलो. Let me put it in a better way. मुझे ऐसा बोला गया था कि like don't say yes to projects for smaller platforms. और मतलब for smaller platforms or like going back to your question कि you know कुछ audience जहाँ ज़्यादा audience नहीं है उनको हाँ मत बोलो. I think that was not a crappy advice, but it didn't work for me, and because I did that, I lost on a lot of opportunities that then turned out to be really big later. So I just feel like I should do what feels right.
Yeah, in a nutshell, we should not listen to people and do what works for us because we are living that life and they are just seeing it from outside. And they think they'll add their 2 cents and make it better because a lot of people said, oh, why do you want to do this project? And that's why this is one of my biggest regrets for not being prepared for good projects, auditions. So just because I listened to somebody, they were like, don't do this, don't do that. So yeah, I think we should just listen to our gut because we know this life the best. We've lived it the maximum. We know what we can pull off and not. So
there's one common
good question.
Thank you so much. I was very nervous. I was like, this is the validation that I was requiring at the end of the day.
Very good question.
Yeah, but you know, I have to ask you, both of you, this question. That is this one character trait that I've realized in both Richa and Zahira is they're both very competitive and they know what they want. In real life, I want to know how competitive is Parul and Ahsaas and how much they can probably go forward to achieve that competition or maybe beat that competition. In a good way, I'm saying this.
Yeah, no, I definitely am very close to Zahira in that matter. And I can go to, like, if I need something, I need something. Whatever Parul wants, Parul gets.
Parul gets it. She's a go-getter that way.
No, I really would try my best, level best, because I think till the time you don't ask, you don't receive. I'm a true believer of that. And I keep trying till the time you don't get things. That's how I see life.
Do you do that as well? See something like, you know, maybe actively making phone calls. Now that you are a name, of course you get calls yourself from others in terms of casting. But do you do that?
हम अभी भी नहीं कर पाते. वो नहीं कर पाते.
पता है मैं नहीं कर पाती. मैं पहले नहीं कर पाती थी, पर अब मैंने शुरू कर दिया यार. Because now I realize like actually it doesn't matter.
So
if you're a name, you have to pick up the call on a casting director.
That's a big thing.
Yes. And you have to on a director you want to work with. And now too there's Instagram, so you know the accessibility accessibility has increased.
Increased.
You have Instagram, you can reach out to any director in the world. वो पढ़े ना पढ़े वो बात अलग है, but at least आप अपना तो कर दो ना.
You're doing your best.
You
Now
do
she
your
was
best.
messaging, she was watching French movies. I think you were messaging French directors also in between.
can
Somebody
do
you
that.
messaged, she
Yeah.
shared a screenshot
Yeah.
on her story. Somebody very...
In fact,
Sir, I want to work with you.
मैंने अभी तो बर्थडे पार्टी रखी थी तो मैंने टेलर स्विफ्ट को भी मैसेज कर दिया कि हाँ, मैंने बर्थडे पार्टी रखी, प्लीज आ जाओ.
5 साल बाद अगर एहसास चन्ना के बर्थडे में टेलर स्विफ्ट आती है, you don't be surprised. This is the reason why Taylor Swift.
मैंने BTS के आरम को भी मैसेज कर दिया. मैंने दिलजीत तो मैं 3 लोगों को किया.
But ऐसा कभी हुआ that you actually casually message के सामने से reply भी
हाँ, मुझे आया है.
Can you mention that?
Diljit, in a way.
Diljit didn't reply to my message.
No, but he was live and she messaged him and he took her live with her
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
live.
That
So
was
I
even
went
better.
live with
that's
him,
even
yeah.
better.
But yeah, it has happened a lot of times. Like there are actors like I think Sonam Bajwa को मैंने Emmy Brick को भी किया था. Then all these people have replied and followed me.
I mean, Indians अच्छे हैं.
हाँ यार.
I'm very sure that Taylor Swift will also reply you very soon, and the next 5 years के बाद जो आपका birthday होगा, Taylor Swift will be partying with you.
Wow.
I can
dude,
see
that's
that
the
happening.
best.
So cool.
And
So
same with
cool.
you as well, maybe something like Madonna or something. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this chat.
Thank you so
25th
much.
November is the date. Wish you guys all the best for this.
Thank you.
And everything that you do in the future. That's a wrap on the Bollywood Talk Show today on IWMBuzz. This is your host, Shubhajit. We'll see you again with another interesting episode very soon. Thank you so much.
क्या रट्टे में बोला इतना fast.
This is
Fab.